Welcome to today's episode of Tech Innovations Unplugged, the podcast where we dive deep into the world of technology and explore ideas that can change how we learn, create, and connect. I'm your host, and today we'll be discussing a fascinating project that seamlessly blends language learning with automation. So picture this. You're trying to build a solid vocabulary in a new language, specifically Dutch, and you want to reach a high level, like C1. Can you imagine the struggle? Finding a reliable tool that not only delivers vocabulary, but does so in a consistent manner? Well, our guest today created a unique solution to tackle that very challenge. Let's dive into the inspiration behind this project. The creator of this automation noticed that traditional apps weren't cutting it for their learning needs. They thought, what if I could harness the power of technology to send myself useful information directly in my inbox every morning? Hence, the idea of automating the delivery of 3 Dutch words, complete with translations and example sentences, was born. Now, this isn't just any old email automation, it's a well-oiled machine. A scheduled event triggers a Lambda function each morning at 7 a.m. Imagine waking up to fresh vocabulary like clockwork. The function fetches new words from ChatGPT and then sends them right to your email. How cool is that? And what I find really interesting is that the creator didn't just build this for convenience. It also allowed them to brush up on their skills in Terraform and Python while providing a practical solution. It's like learning and practicality wrapped up in one neat package. But hold on a second. This project didn't just happen overnight. Think about all the planning involved. The creator needed to ensure everything was set up correctly. They put together requirements for tools like Python, Terraform, and AWS, which means they were no strangers to some advanced tech. This isn't necessarily for the casual coder. It's for someone who's ready to dive into the deep end. So, if you were to start on this project, you would need to go through a series of steps neatly laid out in a simplified architecture. You'd need to prepare configuration files and then run a Terraform workflow. It might sound intimidating, but isn't it inspiring to think with the right tools and determination, you could create something meaningful? Before we wrap up, let's touch on some potential improvements. The creator mentioned the possibility of refactoring the code for better performance, maybe transforming that Python code to be asynchronous. And they hinted at breaking down the code into smaller modules, which is more maintainable in the long run. This kind of forward-thinking mentality is what's always encouraged in programming. In closing, it's clear that technology can enhance how we learn languages. This project not only addresses a direct need, but it also showcases the evolution of learning through automation. So, for our listeners out there interested in language learning or coding, what's stopping you from tackling your own project? To those considering their own automation challenges, remember, each small step can lead to something remarkable. And who knows, maybe you'll be the one sending out useful daily tips to countless others someday. Thank you for tuning in to Tech Innovations Unplugged. Keep pushing the boundaries of your tech journey. And until next time, keep learning and creating.